Hey Aries, welcome back. Welcome if you are new. This will be a reading for my Aries Sun, Moon, and Rising. But I also have a feeling this reading is going to also be very collective. As always, I do recommend that you check out your sun, your moon, your rising sign, but also any energies that are prominent in the current chart. And as you can see, we do have quite a bit going on in Aries. We've had quite a bit going on in Aries for some time, and we will continue to have a lot going on in Aries as all of these planets that are in Pisces continue to move through Aries. So right now we have the sun obviously in Aries. We also have Neptune that just came into Aries for the first time in like 100 and I think it was like 156 years, 165 years, something like that. The midheaven is in Aries right now. Chiron has been in Aries for some time, working the wounded healer. Aries is the very first horoscope or zodiac in the chart. So this is all about reinvention of self, reinvention, and Neptune is a bigger energy of the collective. All right, so there's a lot of this energy around reinventing the self. It's fiery energy, as you Aries are very well familiar with. My natal Aries, I should say. So there is a lot of creative energy. Let's get straight into it. See what we have going on here for my Aries. Okay, cards are just flying out. They all kind of flew on their side, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, it just feels like the turtle is about a new adventure. In this deck, it also speaks to your self-worth. It's a very ancient archetype of earth energy, very low to the ground, but also water energy. The turtle is a very peaceful archetype. The ancients used to use, and they might still in some cultures use the turtle's back as like a calendar system. So just giving more on this ancient energy. Some of you guys might have something coming through, especially with the lion and the stingray out here. I see lions in meditation all the time, and I truly think they're connected to our DNA in some way. Like, how do I explain it? I just feel like the lion is rooted within the human experience in some way that we're not aware of on a conscious level. And the lion stands for strength, mastery, courage. And the stingray speaks to stepping into alignment. Right? You see looks like the energy centers here, the chakra system. It's an energy that wants to grow. It's also an energy of confidence. The spine, right? So to me, this feels like some of you guys could be like healing or reinventing yourself from the core, from like the DNA. How do I want to explain this? Like, I was going to say from the root up. And there's something here with going deeper, finding adjustment, finding ways to adapt, finding ways to see through the dark. Now we're getting somewhere. And looking at some coping mechanisms, ways that you deal with things that may not be the most healthy, how you react or respond. The earthworm is an energy that is very intelligent, has all of the intelligence within, as you do. It's an energy of inner vision. And I'm seeing it like, if you could picture how the earthworm comes from being underground in darkness, and then I'm seeing it as it breaks ground and steps into the light. And the bat is very similar in this way, in that it's about learning to see in the dark. The light represents awareness, and the dark represents things that are unconscious. Things that you're unconscious of, unaware of. So there's something coming from unawareness, from darkness, into the light here. You're recognizing some of your patterns in how you deal with people, how you cope with things, how you handle things. We're gonna go with I think this is the After Tarot. Tell me about this earthworm. No, let's start with the hyena. Tell me about this hyena. My Aries. Tell me about this hyena. This is an opportunity. Look, we got the scarab beetle on this one. No, stop. Sorry, my cat. I'm just trying to get in the mix here. The scarab beetle represents wisdom, awakenings. It's also a very ancient, like Egypt used the scarab beetle. And I feel like I'm gonna look deeper into this, because I know they used the beetle for like their ink, but I'm curious what else. I know it represents like this ancient wisdom. That might be something that some of you guys may be interested in going deeper into as well. Let's look at this earthworm. So the Ace of Pentacles is opportunities, right? There's a new beginning here, something new that's being awakened from, and I keep seeing it like from the DNA, like from the root, from your ancient past, from the beginning. Some of you guys could be healing some shit that goes way back, way deeper than maybe you will even realize. Tell me about this earthworm. Tell me about the turtle, the lion, the stingray, the bat, and the whale. All right. Stop. She's biting my cards. She's got an issue with wanting to eat my cards. All right. You want to say hello? Here, say hello. Say hello. Hi. Okay. I love you. Now chill. She had to get on camera, y'all. All right, the earthworm for justice. And we did just have the full moon in Libra. the scales of justice. So this doesn't surprise me that this is coming out. And I do consider these readings timeless, but I am recording this on April 14th. So yeah, it just feels like there's something balancing out here. I'm going to grab from the situations deck here. I want to clarify this Earthworm Justice card, please. You get the roller coaster. Highest high, adrenaline rush, ups and downs, excitement. Yeah, there could be a new exciting beginning coming in. You could just kind of feel a little all over the place lately emotionally is what I'm getting. And this energy is coming in to balance that out. 11:11 on the timer as I said that. We've got the Strength card coming out for the Turtle. I feel like, yeah, this is just saying, I'm surprised. Stop it, Crystal. Stop. Go on. Now she's pulling down my damn mic. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. She's a terrorist. All right, so the Strength card with the Turtle. Now, remember, the Turtle is about the journey, right? It's not the destination, it's about the journey. And I feel like what this is saying is that whether you realize it or not, you are gaining strength here, all right? It is all connected. You are not alone. This infinity symbol is really standing out on her head, reminding us of the connection of all things. Number 8. Yeah, the infinity, the everlasting. It just feels like this goes so far back. And remember what I said about the lion too. Feels like it's rooted in our ancient past. And the turtle is this ancient archetype as well. And, you know, she looks like an angel to me with the halo. And just, I feel like a reminder that we're not alone, that we are on this journey to learn and to grow and to gain strength and knowledge, understanding, and to have the experience. It would be quite boring without all of these experiences, right? And the lion is mastery, okay? And this is learning how to achieve mastery over conflict, competition, combativeness, arguments, fights, etc. How do you achieve mastery? How are you responding? How are you coping? How are you handling these situations as they arise? It feels to me like you're stepping into alignment. Just don't go backwards into old patterns or programs or behaviors or addictions, etc. All right, because the hyena can speak to, like needing some moderation, or a tendency, I should say, to like rely on things that may not be very healthy as coping mechanisms, instead of just learning how to respond to the situation, right? So 2025, we're learning how to respond. We're not being reactive anymore. We're learning how to respond. Keyword learning, okay? So give yourself some grace. We've never been here before, right? At least not in this lifetime, for sure. We've got the King of Swords with the stingray. Yeah, this is learning how to use our mind in a new way, being logical, being able to use reasoning, use the mind in a way that is productive and in alignment with our end result, desire, goal. And this is cause for celebration. All right. And what my guides are saying is you can practice this. You can practice being able to respond better, like in your mind's eye. Also, another thing that I like to do at night before I fall asleep is to, especially if you had some shit that went awry during the day that, is on your mind, go back into the story in your mind's eye and see it working out easier. See it, change it in your mind's eye. Regardless of what happened, instead of seeing that play out, change it to allow for a more peaceful scenario to play out. Change it to allow for, the optimal, highest, best outcome. And it does something with the energy. It breaks up the energy. Remember, it's all energetic. We're all vibration, okay? So, and celebrate. You can celebrate your outcome before it even comes in. All right? For some of you guys, there are gifts coming in with this. This also speaks to community. Again, we are not alone. You do have guides here, even if you don't have like community in the physical with like people around you, friends, family, etc. You do have your spirit guides. You're never alone, truly. Right? And this is also about learning to be playful. Again, for some of you guys, there may be children involved right now in some of this. Learning how to cope with your children, how to parent correctly, learning how to, instead of go to like screaming and yelling, learning perhaps a new way for, your children's sake, which would lead back to your roots, right? Because that would be breaking some of these patterns, these karmic ancestral patterns. Yeah, that's what I feel like this could be for some of you. But also a reminder to stay childlike, to play and find things that bring you joy. To think like a child is to live, right? When we stop, I want to say, like, when we stop being childlike, then we start aging, right? So some of you guys may need to find some things that, and maybe you want to like think back to what lifted you up as a child, like what you enjoyed as a child, what brought color into your life. Some of you guys need a little color in your life. All right, and this is learning, like, look, it's black and white, but then there's red there. Okay, so it's learning how to read in the dark, learning how to see through the dark, learning how to bring color to the darkness, learning how to add a little flavor, add a little bit of joy into perhaps some combative situations. All right. And then we have the whale with the Two of Wands. Yeah, this is, well, the Two of Wands is about planning, preparing, organizing. You've got the world in your hands here, and you do have, to me, this reminds me of like a wise in either one. They could be the feminine, the masculine, but the wise inner teacher, the masculine and feminine becoming one as you choreograph together, as you plan together, your own, because we all have the feminine and masculine, right? I'm seeing this as one, the polarities coming together to use your creative force energy in a way that is constructive. It's time to go a little deeper and to realize what some of these patterns are. That have been like hidden away, that have been hidden in the dark, and that are now coming to light. Right? You can use some of these conflicts, arguments, and dissect them and do some introspection on them, meditate on them, and see if you can't find a root and pull it out. Right? And then reset the whole program. I shouldn't say reset the whole program, but I mean like that program. I heard in meditation the other day, you need to delete some of the codes, right? And that's what this is, right? Some of the ancestral karmic patterns that we have engraved in our DNA. It's time to rip some of that shit out and reprogram it, all right? It's been sitting in the dark too long. Maybe there was an error in coding. We don't know. But we're going to get to the bottom of it. And shit's coming to light, all right? There is awareness. There is realization here. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Please feel free to share this video out. Comment, let me know you're here. Love you guys.